Hello everyone, welcome to Jolly Molly TV. Today we're going to stitch another fun block in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. In today's video we're going to work on this block right here, which is called house number 2. It's going to be so cute. So let's go ahead and grab our plastic pouch system that you have labeled house 2, and let's go over to the embroidery machine and let's get started stitching. Okay, we're at the machine. I have bobbin with white thread down below. I have white thread in the top of my machine, and I have my 5x7 hoop filled with a piece of the poly no-show mesh stabilizer. All right, I need you to get your plastic pouch system out with the pouch that's labeled house number 2, and I want you to go ahead and get all those fabrics out. Then I also want you to grab a pre-cut piece of 5x5 inch batting and get that out there. I'll put the rest of these aside. Then I want you to get your gingerbread colored felt that you have in the embellishment kit. We're going to be using that again. And I'm going to put all of these items aside. This is going to be so cute. The reason I put white thread up on top is because my background fabric from the kit is this white cute fabric with the large polka dots. So that is why I have white up on top. If you have a different color fabric that you're using from your stash for this block, you want to match the color thread up on top to that piece of fabric. Okay, so let's go to the screen cam and load the design. I have a Baby Lock Destiny machine, which is identical to the Brother Dream machine. If you have something similar, you can follow along. I'm going to go to my flash drive. It's going to think a little bit. I'm going to go to the folder that I've created called A Quilty Little Christmas. And I'm going to go to the quilting designs first. Because remember, we're doing block by block quilting, so I need to load the quilting design first, then load the machine embroidery design on top of that. So we are going to use the wavy design for this block. I'm looking for the 4x4. That's cool. I'm going to click set. Then I'm going to add, if your machine can add. Okay, so I'm going to go to my folder that I have all the designs for Quilty Little Christmas. And I'm going to go to the main quilt. And now I'm going to go to the gingerbread cookie number 4 folder. And I want this house here. This is the upright house with the pink fabric that we're going to add. Isn't that going to be cute? Click set, and it brings it right in on top of the quilting design. If your machine can't do that, no problem. You'll stitch the quilting design first, clear your memory, and then load the embroidery design and then stitch that out. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. You don't have to move it. It's perfectly centered. Click embroidery. All right, so let's go back to the hoop cam. All right, so I've got my white thread up on top. Let's put the foot down and stitch out the placement line for the batting. Okay, so I'm going to put my batting down, making sure that it covers all of that placement line. Put the foot down, and let's tack down the batting. Okay, so I want you to take the hoop off the machine, go to a table, and I want you to trim around and cut away all of this excess batting from around the outside edge of that stitch line, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, so now that we have that trimmed up, let's put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the fabric. White thread is still up on top of your machine. Okay, so now I'm going to put my fabric down, covering all of that placement line. Now, if you have directional fabric, make sure you have the top up here and the bottom down here, because that's how it's going to stitch out. And then just feel for the batting. Once you put the fabric down, you can pretty well feel for the edge of the batting to know when you're pretty well centered. You don't have to be perfect because a lot of this is on the edge is going to get cut off, but I just like to have it as centered as I can get it, so I have cushion on all 4 sides. All right, so when you have it in place, put the foot down and let's tack down the fabric. You still have white thread up on top. Nice. So now I'm going to quilt this block, and I've chosen to also use white thread. Get my little thread off here. I've chosen to use white thread to blend in, and then the house will be the focal point on this block. So I'm going to do the quilting in white. This is really cool wavy pattern. It's a 1 minute in real life stitch out. Enjoy. Very cool quilting. I just love Kimberbell's quilting. It seems just to make the block even that much more special. I love using those. Okay, I'm going to put my copper thread in the top of my machine because now I'm going to be stitching out the placement line for the house felt, which is the gingerbread color. Alright, so load the machine. Make sure there's no loops, and then when you're ready, put the foot down and we'll stitch out the placement line for the house. Okay, so now I'm going to lay my gingerbread colored felt down, and I'm going to see if this is going to fit with this piece I've got here. It's going to be close, but I think I can do it. Should I try it? Do I dare be brave enough to try this? I'm going to try it. Cross your fingers, because if it doesn't work, I got to take this out. But I think I can get it to work. Let's put the foot down. Yeah, I think I can. All right, I'm going to try it. Wish me luck. Position your felt where it'll fit on your placement line, and let's tack this down. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Okay, I'm a happy camper. That just fit. Look at that. That just literally fit with the 1/8 inch trimming line that we're going to do. Phew, we did it. Okay, so take the hoop over to the table and leave about 1/8 of an inch and trim nicely and neatly all the way around the outside edge, and I'll meet you right back here. How about that? It looks like another warm cookie. All right, so let's put the hoop back on the machine, and now I'm going to switch my thread out up on top to my pink thread, my light pink thread, because that's going to match this fabric very nicely, which is what we're going to be stitching down next. Okay, first we have to do a placement line, so we're going to do that placement line in this light pink as well. All right, you got this. You're doing great. One step at a time. You got this. All right, so this is a 1 minute stitch out. It's going to stitch out the circle and the door placement lines for that pink fabric I just showed you. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take the hoop off just so I can show you a little bit better where we're going to put the fabric. Okay, it's real easy. We're just going to put the fabric right side up. Is there a right side? Let's do that side. Right on top of that, and make sure that you've covered that placement line. All right, just like that. And then we'll put it back down. I'm going to leave the pink thread up on top, and I'm going to put the foot down, and we're going to tack down this fabric. Okay, so now we're going to take the hoop off the machine, take this over to the table, and I want you to trim away the excess fabric from around the outside edge of all of these stitch lines. Okay, the outside edge, and I'll meet you right back here. That is really cute. And you can trim right up to the edge of those stitches because this will get some satin stitches around the edge. All right, so now I've chosen for the hearts on the house to be this kind of a darker green, and then the snowflakes I'm going to use the sage green that we used in the last block, I'm thinking. Or I might use that again. Let me see how the hearts come out. I might do a matchy match instead of two different greens. Let's see. So let me do the heart thread first. You pick what color hearts you would like to have on your house and put that thread in the top of your machine. No loop, we're good. And this is a 1 minute stitch out. You ready? Put the foot down and let's go. Yeah, I love that color. So I'm going to do matching outer snowflakes up on the top. So the outside will be the same green, and then I'll use the light pink on the inside. I like that. So choose the thread that you would like your outside of your snowflakes to be. Put that thread up on top. Then we'll put the foot down and stitch this out. It's a 4 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Isn't that cute? All right, so now I want to stitch out the center of those snowflakes, and I'm going to go with the light pink. I think that will be pretty and it will match the window and the door. So you put the color thread you would like the inside of your snowflakes to be. Put that thread up in the top of your machine. And this is a 1 minute stitch out. You ready? Let's do it. That is adorable. So now we're going to stitch the satin outline around the window and the door. And I'm going to do it in the same color pink thread. Put the thread you'd like your satin stitches to be up on top. And let's stitch this out. It's a 2 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. That's really cute. And because it's a wider satin stitch, to me it looks like icing, which would make sense, icing on a cookie, right? Right. Okay, so I'm going to take my pink thread out, and now I'm going to load the cream thread, because now we're going to stitch the icing detail on this cookie. So put your cream thread up on the top of your machine, and this is a 6 minute stitch out. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Make sure you don't have a loop. Okay, we're good. Enjoy. Isn't this adorable? Look at all that. Got a little fuzz in there. Look at that. That is so cute. I love these little houses. Cool. Now the machine is telling you that you have one more stitch to do, which is a line on this side. Do not stitch that out. That is just a placement line that Kimberbell puts in the program so that the computer will center this where it needs to go. So this last stitch of just a single line down the side, do not stitch that out. The stitching part of this block is done. All right, let's take the hoop off the machine and let's take it over to the table and I'll show you how to finish up this block. All right, another adorable block accomplished. Look at how cute that is. I love this project. The last thing we have to do is square this up. So if you look at this outer stitch line right here, the one that we use to tack down the fabric, that's the one we're going to use to measure and to trim up our block. If you measure from this side to this side, it's 4.5 inches. And if you measure from the top to the bottom, it's 4.5 inches. So that's exactly what we want to use to square up this block. Okay, I'm going to turn the block to one side and I'm going to look for that stitch line. I've lined the ruler up with that stitch line and now I'm going to go just a hair past it. Put my ruler down. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. Use my rotary cutter and make that cut. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to line up that block on my mat. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. I'm going to line up the ruler over a little bit, right about there. And then I say, can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. So I'm safe to make the cut. I say that because if I was here and I say, can I see the stitch line? And it's over here, then I'm in the wrong place to cut. That's my mental note that I'm double checking that I'm in the right place before I make the final cut. All right, because you don't want to ruin the block. Okay, so now I put the ruler down on that next stitch line. I'm going to go past it just a little bit. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. And I can make the cut. Come over here. We got one more cut to make. Line my mat up. I'm going to line this line here up on my ruler with the block. And then I'm going to line up this line on my mat. Make sure everyone's in position. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. It's just under the ruler. And I can make that cut. Look at how cute that is. That's an adorable gingerbread house. Yes, it is. So I hope you had fun making this block. I sure did. And I hope you stay tuned here on Jolly Molly TV for more fun and more blocks in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. And until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.